So what is fracking? Fracking is a form of natural gas extraction. It uses pressurized mix of water and other substances to remove natural gas from shale rock. Fracking wells are anywhere from 300 meters to 2.5 kilometers deep and can extend hundreds of meters from the well site. The chemicals that are added to the water are used to make it more viscous and effective at breaking up the rock. The water is injected into shale rock formations and it releases shale gas or natural gas. Sand and other solids are used to cement the rock and allow the gas to escape. The Canadian Society for Unconventional Gas says that the natural gas supply has been increased by more than 100 years due to the increase of fracking. The US EPA estimates that one well in a coal bed can use anywhere from 200,000 to 1 million liters of water, while a horizontal well in a shale formation is between 7.5 million to 19 million liters of water. And it's estimated that anywhere from 15 to 80% of the water that is used is recovered. And that is just a general overview of what fracking is.
Initially, a well hole is drilled straight down using fresh water to cool the drill bit. The well is drilled until the kickoff point, which is the point where the pipe turns horizontal. Once the target distance is reached, the drill is removed and the steel casing is inserted. The casing is then cemented in place. A perforating gun is then inserted, which has small, shaped explosives that will create the initial cracks within the rock, so that the hydraulic fracking may begin. A mixture of water, sand, and chemicals is then pumped into the cracks to create fractures in the rock. At this point, a combination of plugs and perforating guns are used to continue making fractures along the length of the pipe. The isolation plugs are then drilled out so that the production may begin. Initially, water and then natural gas or oil is extracted via the steel casing. The whole process usually takes approximately 3 to 5 months.
So what do the industries involved in hydrofracking have to say about the process? The industries conclude that hydrofracking does not contaminate drinking water because it occurs hundreds of meters below the water table and is buffered by billions of tons of impermeable rock. They stress that the chemicals used in the process are common materials that pose no significant risk to human health. The industry contrives that no added substances released ever exceed the levels considered to be safe. They say it stores wastewater in accordance with environmental regulations and recycles flowback water where possible. Because of its high salt content, the wastewater is then used for de-icing purposes and dust suppression on roads. And that's the industry's viewpoints on hydrofracking.
At the same time, there's another side to this, the most important side, our long-term health. Whenever fracking is used, there is no 100% guarantee that our water supplies are safe, despite mitigation of risks by corporations. Water is not only a valuable resource, but it is essential and we cannot live without it. Another danger is the contamination of our air by increasing the concentration of volatile organic compounds. Compounds like benzene and ethylbenzene that pose potential risks to our long-term health. There's also compounding research that posits the relationship between small earthquakes and fracking procedure. Basically, it is quite risky and dangerous to play around with the ground that we stand on. If methane leaks from the fracking site, it has the potential to stay in the atmosphere for approximately 12 years and absorbs radiation far more potently than carbon dioxide. The tap water on fire, I personally think, speaks for itself.
So finally, fracking in Ontario and our views. There are many concerns in Ontario and Hamilton regarding fracking. There are currently several potential shale gas deposits in Ontario, including ones along Georgian Bay and near Lake Ontario, as well as Windsor and Sarnia area. Fracking fluid potentially leaking into the Great Lakes from New York extractions has many Ontario residents worried, and it was proposed that they treat the fluid in wastewater treatment plants, but that also presents its own risks. In Hamilton specifically, an anti-fracking resolution has passed to help defend municipalities from the harmful effects. And as a group, we found that after researching many information sources, we've agreed that we are against fracking and believe that other alternative methods of energy or natural gas extraction should be explored instead. Thank you for listening to our video. Like and subscribe.